In today's video, I'm going to briefly talk about what has happened to a lot of the cars now that one more car has left, and I don't want it to go without question or without answer. I don't know which way it is. Which one is it? Is it without answer, without question? I don't even know. Anyways, the Vette is gone. We sold that today. That's why there was room here at the new shop for the Miata, as you guys saw in the previous video. But I want to answer the questions of all the other vehicles that I haven't really addressed. And that's because usually once I sell a vehicle, it's just out of my mind and I completely forget about them because they just don't really exist in my mind anymore. Anyways, the last vehicle that I've been getting some questions about is the Crown Vic, the cop cart, whatever you want to call it, death cart. I sold that too, and it's because the shop that I was gonna have possibly do the cage, that I ended up towards the end wanting to do the cage, it kind of just fell through. They wanted a lot of money and it really wasn't worth it for the car. Either way, I was gonna have like just kind of a crappy Ford that's not really that fast, and it would have been really fun. I just don't think the channel really would have enjoyed it as much as if I just spent my resources on the Bozo car. But I ended up making pretty good money on that. I like doubled my money within like 24 hours of listing it, and that was at basically I sold the car for exactly what I bought it for, with all the parts off that I already sold. So I more than doubled my money on that car, and that's why that thing is gone. So we no longer have that car. And then previous to that, I think is the Jeep. The Jeep was sold, and then I got the Escalade, and that's because the Jeep really wasn't what I thought it was. It kind of just drove like complete garbage. I bought the long arm kit from Rough Country because I thought the long arm kit would make it drive, you know, like a factory car, just lifted. But it ended up just being blown around even more on the highway. The thing is just a box, and because of how much I drove at the time, it really just didn't make any sense for me. And also with the new generations, the JLs coming out, because mine was a JK, I wanted to get out of it as soon as possible so that way mine still retained some of its value before the new generation came out. And then I got the Escalade, obviously, which I love that car. It's really like kind of basic and not modified or anything, but it's just so perfect for out here with being all-wheel drive and everything. I like that car a lot more, so we'll probably be keeping that around for a while. Previous to that, we have the lifted Miata, and then what happened to that was basically I blew up the motor. I didn't want to have to deal with that anymore, so I swapped the motor and I didn't drive it until it sold. I made really good money on that car as well. Because I bought the car for so cheap, the lift kit was sponsored, the wheels and tires were like next to nothing, everything else was basically just DIY, just clearancing. I made pretty good money on that thing because I bought it out in San Diego where I was able to get a really good deal, and then I moved to Chicago where Miatas are just a lot more expensive in general, especially clean ones. I was able to make a lot of money on that car, and I just saw the opportunity, and so I took it. I was really done with the car at that point because of the lack of capability with being two-wheel drive. I wasn't really able to keep up with a lot of my four-wheel drive friends, so that's why I got the JK later on, and that thing was super capable. It just wasn't a very good daily driver. So I'm out of the off-road scene for a little bit now, but I'm sure we'll get back into it with something else. I'm not sure yet. So basically, sold the Miata, or lifted Miata, and basically I saw the opportunity to make profit, and I was kind of done with it at that time. I don't remember what else I was working on, but I just wanted to sell it at the time, and that thing sold super quickly as well. Previous to that, I think the next car, I had a black Miata that was out here. I don't think I ever showed it in any of the videos, except for maybe one, and that thing had like next to no views because it was just like a BS vlog or something while I was out here before I even moved here. That thing, I sold that because I really didn't need it once I was actually here, because I had the Vette as the daily, and that was basically my daily when I was here visiting. Previous to that, we had the Green Machine, and I continuously still get questions about the Green Machine. And I think I answered this once previously, and it was that my friend basically gave me the car for next to nothing. He was supposed to give me the title within the next couple of days. I just wanted to start working on it right away, get it running, get a new engine in, because I only had 2 weeks before I was moving out to here, so I wanted to get it, you know, bang it out, and I was gonna either try and give it back to him just kind of as a surprise because it wouldn't have cost me all that much, or just keep it and kind of just have it as a fun car and bring it to Illinois. However, with some complications with the title. He wasn't able to find it, and then it would have taken too long for him to get it, and I wasn't sure if he was really going to be able to get it or not, and I didn't really want to have to deal with that, so I just left it back in California and left it with my friend who was the owner at the time. So that's what happened at that. I think that's about it for all of the kind of cars that have gone without answers. But I wanted to create this little video now that the vet is gone, just so that way you guys are aware of what is going on. And hopefully, you know, this brings a lot of you guys up to date on what is going on here. So I know this was a little bit of a short video and it was just pretty much me talking the whole time, but I wanted to be able to have a video that I could just link to people that want to continue to comment the same questions that I get in all the videos. This way I can just basically link this to like whatever couple-minute video that they can watch all the way through and you're up to date. Anyways guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out.